Good evening everyone and welcome to the show. This is T-Bone logging in with a Euro Trucking Tuesday. Okay, 12:34, so let's see what we've got. So the best price job out of that lot is going to Cardiff from Linz. By a big margin. Considering it's a fuel tanker, it's an urgent delivery. So I'll take that, particularly for the money. This is much harder to judge with the 6x4. Might as well go out of this entrance. In comparison to the tank, this feels like a very light load indeed. Now you may be wondering what's been happening over the past few days. Well, I've been busy, very busy working over the past 5 days. Well, 5 evenings particularly. Oh, okay. Well, I've sorted a lot of things out since then. I now have as well as a Twitter feed, I've sorted out a Facebook page. So there is now a TboneIsGaming Facebook page where all my video posts and any... Oh, ow. Didn't want to do that. As I was saying, there's now a TboneIsGaming Facebook page. So you can go on there and press like, and then you will get all the feeds from there, which will tell you when I've uploaded a video to YouTube, or I'll post when I'm actually streaming next. So that's an option for you, as well as the Twitter feed, which you can follow me on there. But a number of videos have been edited. I've managed to catch up with most of my streams. The only one that hasn't been edited yet is Tribes from last week, and that will be done over the next day or two. And then the highlights from tonight's stream as well. And I need to do a vlog at some point, just to give a channel update. And I've also looked into partnering with a network to see what the criteria is. I've got a long way to go. I need to average 2,500 views a month consistently to be partnered with the network I'm looking at. So there's a lot to do. But I've just got to keep producing videos and streaming and doing everything that I'm doing at the moment. It is nearly Christmas presents. In fact, my girlfriend's actually bought Christmas presents for me. I've got to buy her Christmas presents yet, which is something I've got to do, as well as for the family. But my girlfriend already knows that she's getting a smaller Christmas present at the moment, because she'll get a much bigger present out just after Christmas, as I will be changing my PC, and she'll be getting the components out of this PC to make her PC better. So she's getting an upgrade and I'm getting an upgrade, which is great. So that's the plan. I don't think she'd appreciate a donkey somehow. No. Nor a snake. I don't think she'd like a snake either. I know I've got a really good idea of what I'm buying her and the rest of the family as well. A Power Ranger-oo? Is that a cross between a Power Ranger and a kangaroo by any chance? I'm guessing that would be what he is. Definitely not a dog. I think she has enough. Her older sister's got a dog, and occasionally she does have to look after it. And I think, having looked after a dog, I think we've both decided that we wouldn't want a dog. I must admit, I am more of a cat person. I would consider having a Russian blue at some point, but I wouldn't do that until I've actually got a place of my own that I'm buying myself. I have no idea why, but having said that, Power Ranger, not everyone wants to chat. Some people just prefer to just sit back and watch the stream, and that's fair enough, you know, that's up to them. That's one of the lessons I've learned. But Gamesman, if you are there, welcome to the stream. Nice. I'll be having steak tonight, I'm looking forward to it. So tonight's mission, as it were, we've picked up a fuel tanker from Linz. We're currently coming up towards Colne. And we're going all the way to Cardiff tonight. And it's an urgent load as well. But as long as I don't damage the trailer and they get it there on time, we're looking at 55,000. So it's not a bad return at all. I'm not saying I don't like Minecraft. I guess I've seen screenshots of it, and I've seen the creativity that happens there, and you know, hats off to those people creating those projects and doing those sort of things. They do look absolutely fantastic. I think for me it'd be more a case of wandering around and actually looking at everything that everybody else has done. Partly in amazement, I think. So for me it would be almost like going around a museum exhibit. Initially anyway. I don't know whether I would then pick up on the gameplay and the mechanics. But it's like everything else with games. So some people will like certain games and other people will not like other games. Which is why when it comes to reviews, which is something I'm getting into now, when I review games I know that some people are going to agree with me and other people will disagree with me. I'm aware of that. But as long as I'm honest, and as long as I give my opinion, then that's the main thing. In fact, I've just done the recording for the first mini review. All I've got to do now is put the video behind the audio, as it were. But it's quite something. I managed to get a 1,000-word review in 5 minutes. But also you have to think that when it comes to PewDiePie, he has a very unique personality. You know, he has a particular personality. It's not my personality, and it's not something I would emulate. His style is his style, and my style is my style. Because I think he's just cracked something like 14 million subscribers, which is huge. That's a huge channel. Right, I'll probably stop in the next hour. So as soon as I've offloaded this trailer at Cardiff, then that will be it for tonight, I'm afraid. As I am going out to dinner tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. Right. Probably the next stream, I would think, is going to be Saturday. I'm working the next 3 nights. And then I'm free the weekend, but I know Sunday I'm already busy. And that's already been allocated, but I would imagine Saturday. And if I do stream on Saturday, it's going to be a long one. Don't know yet. Haven't thought about it. Might be a bit of a variety of things. I might do a little bit more trucking. I could do some flight sim as well, potentially. Haven't really thought about it. Okay, it's one of those games, is it? I would do, except I don't actually have a webcam. That's something I'm looking into. I'll probably go for a C930E, and even then, I've got a spot of redecorating to do. What I'm planning to do is the wall behind me is going green, which then would allow me to do some green screen. And also, in order to do face cam, I'll probably go to a lavalier microphone instead of a large diaphragm condenser mic, which is what I use now. So the sound quality is going to be different, but I still think it's going to be good enough. The microphone I've looked at is a reasonable price, but it's good value for what it is. And I'm probably looking at a mixing desk as well, so there's a lot of stuff. Okay. Right, back in England. So we've just got this little bit to do now. So just due west of Dover, across to Southampton, up towards Bristol, onto the M4 and then into Cardiff. Yes, indeed it was. It was just you and me. And then other people started creeping in. But it's not the first time I've had this situation. I had it with V-Slot as well. In fact, if you watch one of the highlight reels, it literally is a conversation between me and him. Although one of the highlight reels, I've been looking at some of the analytics, I think one of the highlight reels is perhaps a little bit too long. So what I will do is I'm going to remove that one, and I will split it into 2 parts. Because I think that means that more people are likely to watch it. I've been looking at the average time people actually watch my videos, and I think that's probably a good idea. But primarily most people seem to be watching from the UK. Probably not going to live stream out, your friends. As I said, it's not really a game that interests me. Hehe. Cool. Although the combine's not emptying into anything, even though the pipe's out. I have looked into Mount Your Friends, and it looks more like a mini game. It doesn't look like anything with a huge amount of substance in many respects. And while I don't mind mini games, they tend to be the kind of things that I play on a phone when I've got a little bit of downtime. So if I'm on a 10-minute break at work or something like that. And I think that's where a lot of mobile games go. What amazes me is when you get games on mobiles that potentially could take a lot longer, considering that you've got a farm simulator now on mobile, which is made by the people who made Farm Simulator 2013. And I'd imagine that would take a lot of time. Well, checking the stream, it's absolutely stable, no frames dropped whatsoever. Could be. I think that's the main reason I'm very sensitive to what sort of bitrate I use, because I'm aware of what other people's internet speed is. Mine, I've got a very good internet speed now. We're using fibre broadband, which is a blessing considering the size of the videos and how long it takes to actually send a video up to YouTube. So a 50-minute video is going to take about an hour to actually upload. And I can imagine if I had a much slower speed, it would take much longer than that. For example, what is it? Tales of Lumin, he's got a very slow internet speed in comparison, and he has one computer dedicated to just uploading. And that's all it does. And it does that 24 hours a day, or it seems to. At least that's what I got from his vlog anyway. Where I'm fortunate I don't have to do that. But I'm very mindful of internet speeds that everyone else has. 2 bars of internet. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I assume that's going to be something to do with your wireless connection. Where in this case it is kind of a wired connection. I'm using home plugs. But I upgraded my home plugs and all of a sudden I got a much faster speed. So I'm getting 70 megabit down and about 15 or 16 up. But it was definitely well worth the upgrade, particularly when I'm doing this. I can't believe somebody's made a toilet simulator. Oh dear. Maybe not. Hello Philippe! Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you think the game's cool. We're just crossing the Severn Bridge into Wales. In fact, I'm going a little bit too quick over the Severn crossing to Wales. Although I should technically say the second Severn crossing. We've got about 40 miles to run to get to Cardiff. And drop off this urgently needed fuel tanker. League of Legends isn't something I've played, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't play it. But I do know League of Legends is one of those games that's quite difficult to get into initially. Because I know it's a team game and you've got to be pretty good at it realistically to make sure that you don't disadvantage your team too much. But so far as streaming is concerned, it's mainly been Euro Truck, which is what I'm playing now. I've also streamed Flight Simulator with full air traffic control. What else have I done? That focus has a habit of cutting me up. What else have I done? Oh yes, I've done some Tribes Ascend as well, and Team Fortress 2. So I've done a few things. And a lot of the video highlights, in fact most of them now, are up on YouTube. And I'm getting tired. Now, I need to see. It's telling me 35 minutes, but... Ah, that's interesting. I've actually got 15 hours on the job, so I could rest and then deliver. That makes sense. So I could turn into Cardiff, rest up, and then deliver the job. Evan Gallagher, hello! Welcome to the stream. As far as moderating is concerned, that's something that I decide, and it all depends on how you behave in chat and whether you're being helpful and all that kind of stuff. No, unfortunately, Philippe, this game does not have multiplayer. The platform that was released a couple of months ago now is World of Trucks, which eventually could build a multiplayer scene on this. But thanks for following me, Ivan, that's lovely. As I was saying to Philippe, you can also watch all my highlights on my YouTube channel, which is TboneIsGaming, and is now searchable because there's enough videos on there. There's also a Facebook fan page under the same name, and a Twitter feed as well. So, I've pretty much got all the bases covered now. I'm pleased to hear it. But I do have a number of mods, they're just not in tonight. Actually, I need to rest up, so I'm going to go straight ahead. And then I'll deliver this load in the morning. I wish I could speak Portuguese, I only speak English. Sorry, Lemos. But thanks for coming in and welcome to the stream. Right, time to rest. All sorts of games, Philippe. Play a lot of simulation games. Do play some first-person shooters. The one that It's been out for a while, but I do play. In fact, I've streamed his Tribes Ascend. And I'm getting back into it a little bit. I did play it a lot, and then I haven't played it for a while, so I'm trying to get my skills back in and honed. Because I got to the point where I was actually playing pickup games, or pugs, which is where you can actually play with some people who are on the pro circuit, who are excellent. And those are intense. It's all on voice comms as well, which is really good. Otherwise, all sorts of things. I'm currently doing a tutorial series for Farm Sim 2013. I've got just done a mini review of Batman Arkham Asylum, which I know is a game that's been out for a while, but occasionally it's a game that'll come up on Steam and people will go look for reviews, and I've got one, so there we go. But yeah, all sorts of different games. I like strategy games as well, that's the other type. Although I haven't played one for a while. I'm thinking of getting into Civilization 5 at some point. And I've got a lot of games are on my Steam collection and I haven't played yet. So let's back this in. A little bit more. Cool, excellent, nice to have another follower. Thanks very much. I was wondering whether that was going to turn green. Okay, as per usual, I shall look at the park. Yep, see you later, Philippe. It's probably going to be Saturday when I stream next. Not bad. Certainly the trailer, the truck's a little bit... Yeah, truck's at an angle, but the trailer's about right. Okay, let's see how we've done. Excellent. Nice to have that on a stream for a change, instead of good or late or whichever. And that takes us into level 15, very nicely indeed. Okay. Let's go into fragile cargo and get a little bit more into that, I think. That'll do. That's 131,000 in the bank. Okay, that'll do. Now, back in Birmingham. So, let's see. Job market. Yeah, Birmingham seems to have all the interesting loads. So, we've got... Packed class. Really? Pilkington trailer? All the way to Debrecen. 60,000. That's a nice load. That's a really nice load. So, I'll pick the Pilkington trailer up. I think I'll pick that trailer up and that'll do nicely. Did I actually accept that? I don't think I did. Let's go get in. Freight market. Yeah. Set as GPS, that'll do. Right, just round the corner. Perfect. Don't know if I've got the angle right, but I'll give it a go. Perfect. I like the sight of that trailer in my mirrors, I must admit. So, let's take a look at this. I like it. That's cool. Okay, so that brings me to the end of the stream. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight. Thank you. I would thank the moderators for doing their job, but apart from Moobot, who's done an excellent job tonight, there haven't been any moderators in. Don't forget you can watch all the highlights of my recent streams on YouTube. There's also a Facebook page now on TboneIsGaming, and also you can follow me on Twitter. Until next time, take care, enjoy your gaming. This is T-Bone logging off.